big feeling about feeling rushed in the downswing. I think this is something that people probably feel in the first tee a little bit more than the rest of the round, but it's when we definitely stand over the golf ball and we've swung down, we've sort of hit it before we know. We feel rushed, we don't know where the club is, we don't know where the golf club's pointing. How can we actually feel that the golf club is not rushing in the downswing? And ultimately, how can we feel a little bit more comfortable over the golf ball? So let's firstly start with how we can do this with an iron, and then we'll talk about it with a driver too. And you'll see there's a little bit of a blend in between them both. So the ultimate thing I want you to think of, I want you to think of the golf swing as a sequence. I don't want you to think the golf swing as a big throwing over the top move or underneath move. I want you to think of the downswing and the golf swing as a sequence and as a rhythm of the whole body. And I want you to do this in what I kind of call gears. So we're going to start this off the golf ball, and as we build up, we're then going to get onto the golf ball, okay? So ultimately, I think people, when feeling a little bit rushed, sometimes they may try and hit it harder, but actually when we sequence the golf swing and we probably feel a little bit more balanced and we feel balanced to a finishing point, even though it feels slower, I definitely think if we had the TrackMan here, we'd see very, very similar numbers, even if maybe a little bit faster too. So how we're going to do this, I want you to swing to the top, and I want you to feel now we start from the ground up. So we're going to swing and start from the ground up, so nice and slow to begin with. And then we're going to go nice and slow again, start from the ground up. So in transition, I'm feeling the lower half goes, upper half goes, hands come, allow the club to follow, rather than everything moving at the same time and we're feeling very much kind of cramped, very rushed, and it sort of happens before we even know it. So I want you to think of this gears as a car. Gear 5 is the one where we're going to hit it. Gear 1 we're going to do practice swing, gear 2 a little bit faster practice swing, gear 3 a little bit faster, so on. So gear 1 to the top, ground up, right, got that feeling. Gear 2 a little bit faster. Right, okay, gear 3, a little bit faster again, really being conscious of me sequencing the body. And for me here, this is all about just recalibrating the body and recalibrating the sequence. So gear 4 now, and through. So I've got a really nice feeling there of what I'm trying to achieve. I'm trying to feel that I start the golf swing from the ground up and it works as a sequence, not as a bludgeoning motion or a fast motion. It's a build-up of power and a build-up of a sequence. So leading on to gear 5, this is our game ball and our shot. How can we feel the sequence? Remind ourselves of the sequence, starting from the ground up, feel it, and I want you to pose this finish now for 3 seconds afterwards. 1, 2, 3. Because I think a lot of the time if we work to a finish on this side of the golf ball, we actually get to a point where we feel a little bit more balanced through the whole swing, and we definitely don't feel as rushed also. So how can we now apply this to driver? So exactly the same feelings. Now the difference with driver is we want to hit this one on the up, whereas the iron on the way down. Now I definitely think a lot of people watching this video would probably more resonate, feel a little bit rushed with the driver than they would with the 7-9. I think we can get away with a little bit more with the 7-9, but with the driver, longer club, less loft, more likely to miss it and feel a little bit rushed, and definitely more likely to try and hit it a little bit harder. Same thing again. Position, we want to be in a nice athletic ball position, but also now can we feel that we start from the ground up again. So work through those gears. Start from gear 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way to gear 5. Hit it. Again, I'm going to start as slow as possible to the top. Start from the ground up and work through. Now gear 2. Ground up. Moving on to gear 3. And you can see now I'm really trying to feel as though I'm gradually building up speed, feeling of the sequencing of the body. Gear 4. To really allow me to feel like I'm balanced through the shot. A lot of the time when you feel like you're rushed, we'll definitely be off balance. The ball will go either left or off to the right. And sometimes, yes, you might get it out there straight, but definitely not as far and definitely not as consistently accurate. So we've gone through those gears. We've got the feeling of what we want to achieve in terms of the sequence of the body. Just remind yourself again, really feeling loose and fluid, but also remind yourself that you want to start from the ground up. We're not trying to bludgeon it. It's a really important point. Like with the iron, let's hold this finish for 3 seconds. And again, reminding you that if we actually work to a balanced finish, then definitely we're going to be a little bit more sequenced. Now, I think if a lot of you people, maybe your friends when you're watching this, or when you're on the first tee, you'll see a lot of people that maybe fall off balance. And for me, this is just them getting out of sequence, out of timing, and feeling a little bit rushed like we said at the start of the video. So if you can work externally in terms of holding that nice finish, potentially we're going to be a little bit more sequenced on the way down. But remind yourself, work through those gears, work through recalibrating the body in the downswing. So start slow, move fast, And ultimately, even though it feels slower, feels more balanced, we're probably going to be a little bit quicker over the golf ball. Thank you for watching today's video on Alex Elliott Golf. Don't forget to subscribe. All this content coming throughout the summer to help you improve your golf game.